Sadi, can you take us back to sort of how your cricket journey even began? Where did you start playing cricket, and why did you choose cricket?
Uh, from my cricket journey from Canada or from way back from Pakistan?
We like to hear from the Istan.
From the start. So I started in Pakistan. I started playing table cricket when I was young, but my dad was super against me playing cricket. He wanted me to study 24/7. So I,
Surprise, surprise.
surprise, surprise, exactly. Yeah. So my dad used to actually go and visit his parents and spend a day like every week on like every Sunday he would go and spend with his parents. And his parents was around like a 2.5 hour drive from where we used to live. So I knew like he would leave in the morning and he wouldn't come back till late evening. So on Sundays I would play my whole weeks of cricket in one day because I knew like there's no one calling me or telling me to come back home. So it was so I played like a little cricket in Pakistan, like not a lot of cricket. And I then my sports teacher in school, he spotted me and he told me to come and play like the leather ball cricket. So I joined the school junior team, and then I got into the senior team. But I used to play just games on the weekend. I wouldn't have a permission to spend extra time practicing or training. So most of my cricket I've played in Canada. Basically, I've like grown up in the system here, like the club cricket I've played here. I haven't played much cricket in Pakistan. But I was 17 when I moved to Canada. So when I came to Canada again, like I didn't know which club to join, or like where to look for club cricket or any leather ball cricket. I found few guys playing table cricket, and that's what I joined. But then I was just looking around, but I didn't know where to look and which club to join. But then how they say like what you're seeking is seeking you. So I actually was working at a telemarketing job during school as a summer job. And I was just sitting making phone calls, selling Rogers internet on the phone. And then
You weren't selling air duct cleaning, were you? Because
no, I was. I hate those calls, man. Every time I pick up a call and they say air duct cleaning, I just hang up right then. I don't even listen to them. No, I was selling Rogers high speed internet back in the days. So I see these two people walking into the telemarketing place, and they weren't working there. I think they knew the manager of the place. They came to talk to the manager. They were Hassan Mirza and Zishan Aslam, which is Noman Aslam's elder brother. And Hassan Mirza just sat right across my cubicle, and he's on the phone with Noman. And then he's saying that, okay, so we're gonna practice at Sunnybrook Park, and bring your kit and bring this bat and gloves and whatnot, right? So I overheard them, and I was like, okay, these guys are talking about like playing leather ball cricket. Okay, let me just ask them if they can take me along, right? So I approached Hassan and I was like, bro, are you going for a cricket practice? He's like, yeah. Like, can I come and join you guys? And then there was like a long pause, and then he's like, okay, man, come along, So me, Hassan, Vishan, and Noman went to Sunnybrook Park, and we four had a practice, and I was bowling fast back in the days. So I bowled at them, and they were quite impressed. They're like, we play for a club, and you're not going anywhere. We're just registering you, and you're playing cricket with us, right? And then so I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, and then Saturday we had a under 19 game. They registered me in a day or two. Saturday morning we had a under 19 game. I played that. Saturday afternoon I played a first division game against Toronto. And how I recall is because there's one Pakistani guy who looks like a white guy, like he's a Pathan or something.
Nasser Khan, buddy.
Nasir Khan. So I saw this one guy.
That's Imran Khan's cousin, by the way.
Yeah, I know. So I saw him wearing a Pakistani cap right on that day, and then I was like, why is this white guy wearing a Pakistani cap? I spoke to him. I was like, why are you wearing Pakistani cap? Then he spoke to me in Urdu. He's like, "मैं पाकिस्तानी हूँ भाई." So I took 5 wickets in that game, and the next day on Sunday they put me straight to Premier Division, which was the highest league back in the days in 2004. So on the same weekend, I started playing Premier, and the that was a packed team, and I didn't have any, like, I didn't know anybody in that team. I didn't practice, or they didn't see me. They just found out that there's a good guy, like quick bowler, like who just came fresh off the boat from Pakistan. So, and like the same Sunday, I'm playing against Sandeep Jyoti's, like with Sandeep Jyoti, Asif Mullah, Zahid Hussain, the left arm spinner,
Yeah.
and Ishwar Miraj, Raj Miraj, and I was playing against Centurion bowling, opening bowling for overseas against Balaji Rao and Arvind and all those guys. And so that's how the cricket journey started in Canada.
So I want to ask you about this cricket journey because we had Rizwan Cheema on the episode a couple of weeks ago, and he said something to us about you. First of all, was his conversation with your dad about moving to Popeyes Cricket Club. He said it was the toughest conversation he's ever had with a parent when it comes to cricket. What's your recollection of that conversation?
So
He was studying. He was studying. He doesn't know.
I was studying. Actually, I didn't know what to. So first of all, I have only heard the name of Rizwan Cheema. I knew somebody, like there's a Rizwan Cheema, like who's like just beat Bob. I At that time I didn't meet him in person. So one day, I'm maybe like that's probably my second season here in Canada. I was playing for overseas, and then I got a call from someone, and he's saying, "Hi, this is Rizwan Cheema," and I knew the name. I haven't met the person, so I was like, "Yes, hi." And then he's like, we're starting this Popeyes club, so I want you to come and play for us." And and then I was like, oh, at that time I didn't know, like I had like a very good reputation with Raghuveer Henry, which was like the
Yeah.
overseas, who used to oversee overseas cricket clubs. So I didn't know what to tell him. And then I just told him that maybe my dad won't give permission, like that's what I just said, because with everything I had to ask my dad's permission. But then he's like, "Okay, I'll speak to your dad." I was just trying to like just tell him that I'm okay with playing for overseas. I asked him, and then then he's like, "Why we play tape ball? So why don't you come and play tape ball with us, and see how the culture is and how we, And then how he sell the things to me was, in overseas I had to pay for like club fee and match fee and ball fee, and at that time I didn't have money to pay. Like I just had pocket money that I used to spend on these
Yeah.
things, and I couldn't ask my dad and couldn't tell my dad that I'm paying to play cricket, because he would just find an excuse for me to tell me that, okay, just stay home, you just study, man. Why are you spending money to play cricket? So sometimes I wouldn't even have a match fee or those $5-10 to pay at the ground. So I remember Uncle Jack, who is still involved in cricket, and he umpires in Brampton League these days. So shout out to Uncle Jack, who used to support me or Hassan sometimes here and there. He was like, you know what, I'll pay for your $10 or $5. I'll cover you. And then when I used to ask him, what do you want in return? He's like, when I grow old, just give me some throwdowns, like things like that. A gem of a person. So and then when Rizwan Bhai called me, he's like, you wouldn't have to pay for any of the club fee or match fee, and you would also get free Popeyes. I was like, okay, sold. So,
Sorry, Jack.
sorry, Jack. Yeah, exactly.
How are you gonna argue with that?
Yeah. So I think then I was like, you know what? So speak to my dad as well as speak to Raghuveer as well as, then I remember him going to Raghuveer to get my release. And that was like one of a very tough conversation he had with them as well. They wouldn't let me go, but eventually they did. And then I joined Popeyes. And then from there on, like I started playing for Popeyes.
And then, okay, so that was my first question. So it's great to have insight from both sides. The second part is he said that he turned you into a left arm spinner.
Yeah.
So tell us that story. Is how did you go from being a left arm pacer? And I remember you were quick, but how did Rizwan Cheema convince you to give up pace and as a Pakistani pace bowler to give
Left
up pace
arm.
and bowl left arm spin? Yeah, like that's what you dream of growing up watching Wasim Akram. You're like, that's what I'm gonna be, and then he made you give that up and start left arm spin.
Yeah, like Wasim Akram was like a big part of my life, and growing up, like I used to copy his action too, being a left arm. Like he was like the all-time greats. And in the beginning, like Rizwan Bhai, like in the nets, he used to tell me like become a spinner. You know, there's like a big demand for left arm spinners. But I used to question. I'm like, I give him hard time. Maybe he doesn't want to face my pace, and that's why he's suggesting me to become a spinner or something. So initially I had doubts, but then I had few back injuries, and then I remember in one season I was playing for Popeyes. I had a back injury middle of the season, and I couldn't bowl, and I wasn't good enough batsman to play as a batsman, but I was still playing. So I started bowling spin. I wasn't really good, but it's something I started enjoying as well. I was like, it's not a lot of work, and you end up taking same sort of wickets that you get as a fast bowler.
Don't
And
remind me of that, man. I hate that. I hate that. You work so hard and then the spinner comes in and just goes like this and it's like 3
and
wickets.
then take
Thank
the
you.
yeah. And then yeah, but then after, like, I recovered, and then again had a back injury, and then it came a point where I was like, okay, let's just focus on becoming a better spinner.
So there you go, guys. We asked Riz. Riz said his side of the story, and I guess parts of it are true, not all of it.